it's very sad. 90 days now, the girls are still missing. But I think it's a complex problem. Remember when they were first abducted, people thought that they were in Sambisa forest. The video came out. The gentleman said he was going to swap the girls or get them married off. There was massive outrage. The government, you remember the Paris meeting, President Jonathan, and the countries of Cameroon, Chad, and I think Benin Republic. The four countries that border Nigeria, they had a meeting with Francois Hollande. The president, obviously, they stepped up troops in Sambisa forest. I think about 20,000 soldiers were there. But you got to remember that Boko Haram, by their very nature, they have used a strategy, and that strategy that is working is that they're working strong. They're closely allied with Al-Shabaab, closely allied with Al-Qaeda in the Maghreb. They have funding from Al-Qaeda in chief. They have a network. They're very determined. They're well-resourced. They come in and they disappear. They come in and disappear. So it's very difficult for the government to be able to crush them because they're not a sitting army. So it looks very difficult.
Point, beyond just the 200 girls that have gone missing, there's 2,000 people that have been killed by Boko Haram in just 6 months, not to mention the thousands that have died in the years, really, of this insurgency. How is this current, I mean, it's a challenging situation, as you say, but it appears for many people as a failure on the part of Nigerian government. And this is obviously going to impact on elections that are just a year away.
Well, look, you have to look at the global scenario of terrorism. There's, as we speak, in Kenya, there's in Lamu, in Beketoni, in Nigeria, we've had in Abuja bombings, in Kano. Obviously, the death toll is not as high as the one that happened just before the World Economic Forum. Well, what you've got is Nigeria is fighting an insurgency. These guys have come out on videos to say that they're going to kill people. They want to foist an Islamic agenda on a secular state. They're using violent means. They're going to remote parts of the country. They know the borders are porous. There are people who are funding them. They're very determined. So it looks like the government, obviously, it looks as if from outside that they're not doing anything, actually. But the fact is, this is not a conventional war. These are people who are saying that they're doing this for religious reasons. And they have sworn that they will foist havoc, they will kill, slit throats, they will bomb and maim, they will kidnap and abduct. So it's not an easy thing. We can speculate from our armchairs that the government is not doing anything. But even the media, the global media, they've sensationalized this. They've made Boko Haram look more attractive as a proposition. It's easier for them to recruit now. It's a bigger issue now, bigger than it was before April 14. So I think we have to be circumspect because we can make a lot of noise, but how many people have actually been to Chibok, let alone or even Maiduguri, let alone Chibok? But from sitting in the confines of our bedrooms, we want to criticize without knowing how complex these issues are.
So from your opinion then, where do you see signs of success of Goodluck Jonathan's strategy in terms of combating Boko Haram?
Well, it's very simple. I mean, there'll be more escapes. The government has stepped up. You know, President Jonathan, there was an article where he was criticized heavily in the Washington Post a few weeks ago. He explained great lengths what he was doing, why he didn't want to compromise the success of the military campaign. You know, the Americans prosecute war differently from Nigerians when they're at war. We don't reveal all our strategies, show photographs of the next attack, and looks beautiful on television. But the way, you know, especially in a delicate country like Nigeria, you can't go in and crush the people in the north, the extremists, because then it becomes a wider war. There's religious, there's ethnic implications, there's political undertones and all of this as we race towards 2015, February 14. So there's so much at stake. But I think we have to analyze it more deeply because it's not a simplistic issue.
You deserve to know more.
eNCA.com